Buchanan. I know you didn't want to be disturbed, but I just learned that the mare is about to foal.
Oh, thank you for telling me, Kim. I'll be right down to the stable. Where are the boys?
Oh, they're in the kitchen. I told them to wait for you.
Oh, good. Good. I'll be right there. Would you get my heavy jacket for me? I forget where I put it.
Oh, it's in the foyer closet. I'll get it out right away for you.
Thank you.
To Vicky in the event of my death?
Vicky, since you've been kind enough to lend Melinda and View on Landview a research file from the Banner, I thought I'd come and get it myself and thank you personally. Is this it? Appreciate
No.
it.
This just fell out of Clint's pocket.
To Vicky in the event of my death.
Should I play it?
Here's what you do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one life to live.
You don't need me to tell you what to do.
You think I should put it back in his jacket and pretend I never saw it?
Well, Clint's instructions seem clear enough, don't they?
You know, Clint told me that he was making a tape. He said he was doing it as part of his therapy. This is obviously some kind of a last will and testament, though.
Oh, Vicky, people review their wills often, especially after major surgery. You know, when you have surgery, it can put you to reviewing your own life a little bit.
He's put all that surgery behind him, and he's adjusted to the fact that he's blind. No, this is some kind of a pattern. First, he asked you to be co-editor of the Banner without telling me one word about it. Then there was that strange behavior of his and Sarah's the other night in the kitchen. And then he shows up at the hospital for absolutely no reason, and now I find a tape, and I think they're all connected somehow.
Vicky, you sure you aren't doing the one thing Clint was afraid you would do when he came home?
I'm not being overprotective of him. Something is wrong, Tom. I've known it for days.
And why don't you talk to him about it? You know, there's no need to peek into his private thoughts. You know, I have things in my will that I wouldn't want Mary Lynn to see now. No great revelations or anything like that. Just things that I don't think she should be bothered with as long as I'm around.
Do you really think that that's all I would find here?
Yes, I do. And remember the story about Pandora's box. Some things are better left unopened.
Okay, you're right. I'm making entirely too much out of this. I'm going to put it back, and if Clint wants to tell me about it, well, he will.
Good for you. I'm sure you won't regret it. Well, I'm falling behind in my schedule. If I could have that file, I'm sorry to rush you.
That's all right. Oh, it's right here.
All right, thank you.
This is it.
Thanks.
Tell Melinda I hope it helps.
I'm sure it will. Thank you.
Tom? Thank you. You know what Pandora's problem was, don't you? She never had a friend like Tom Dennison.
Yeah.
Vicky, I'd like to thank you for including me today.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, I was just going to thank you for helping out with the gift wrapping detail. I do hope you'll join us for Christmas dinner. Guys, wouldn't it be nice if Sarah could have dinner with us, huh?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I'd like to very much.
Oh, terrific. Now we have to make sure that the whole rest of the Buchanan clan shows up. And I mean everybody, guys. We've got to get Grandpa here and Renee and Rafe and Sammy and everybody. Kim, have you seen Clint today?
Well, the last time I saw him, he was on his way to the stable.
Oh.
The stable?
Yes, he loves being by those horses. And now that the mare has had her foal, I doubt we'll get him away even for Christmas.
Oh, do you want me to go and tell him that you want to see him?
No, that's perfectly all right. You know something? I think it's lunchtime for these guys. Could you give them lunch in the kitchen, please? And would you wake Jessica, because otherwise she'll sleep too long, and give her lunch, too, please? Sure. Thank you.
And you two can help me feed Jessica.
Okay, but just as long as we don't have to clean her up.
Oh, very funny, Miss.
Come on.
Set that up there for me. Thanks, honey bunch. You sure you're going to be able to deal with Christmas dinner around here? It's wall-to-wall kids.
Sarah.
Vicky, look, I'm sorry. I think I'm going to go check on Clint.
Well, you don't have to worry about him. He's fine at the stable.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't think you should be down there alone.
You weren't at all concerned when he went down there the other day.
I'm not concerned. You know me, I just like to check on my patients.
Sarah, if you know something that I should know, I would appreciate your telling me.
I don't know what you mean.
Yes, I think you do. I think that Clint is keeping something from me, and I have a feeling you know exactly what it is.
There's a new face in Corinth
I don't believe it.
that reveals past romance
I said I love you.
and future intrigue.
I never told Jim about you and me.
The mystery begins on Loving
Look, Vicky, I wanted to
Weekdays.
tell you. In fact, I started to tell you I don't know how many times, but I just couldn't.
If it concerns Clint, I have a right to know.
I agree with you, but he made me promise not to tell anyone, especially you.
Sarah, please, I am worried enough as it is. Now tell me, what is it?
All right. Do you remember when you came into the kitchen the night before last?
Yes, of course I do.
While Clint was heating the milk, something happened, and he momentarily blacked out.
He blacked. You mean he lost consciousness?
Just for a brief instant.
Why didn't somebody tell me?
Vicky, you know how he hates to appear helpless.
But for heaven's sakes, blacking out, that could be something serious, something dangerous. No wonder you don't want him going down to the stable, for heaven's sakes, if he should fall down, if he should black out there in the horses.
Listen, I'm sure he is fine. I just want to check on him for my own peace of mind, all right? Look, why don't you come with me, okay?
No, you go ahead. I have something I have to do here.
All right.
Sarah, please don't tell him we had this conversation, and please keep him at the stable as long as you can.
I don't understand.
Please do it for me.
All right. I'll see you later.
Vicky, darling, I know that this tape will be difficult for you to watch. Forgive me for causing you any more pain. But if you'll gather your strength and bear with me for a few minutes, there's some things I need to explain to you. And I need to say goodbye. Sweetheart, you always said I had a big appetite. Work, play, family. It's true, I plead guilty. I loved every minute I spent at the Banner. And knowing that it's going to continue to be the finest newspaper in the country fills me with pride. And the ranch? Boy, we had some beautiful times there, didn't we? We took a few acres of sagebrush, a few head of cattle, some rank unbroke horses, and we turned it into a little bit of paradise, a little bit of heaven. And then there's the kids. Kevin, Joey, and Jessica. You know, I say their names, and it's like I'm saying the names of stars in the sky. Our kids, Vicki. Our very own little stars. And even though I'm not going to be there to see it, I know that they're going to turn out just fine. But, sweetheart, I got to be honest with you. All of it. The work and the fun and the family. It all pales to insignificance when compared to my love for you. You have been the very heart and soul, the very center of my life. And as hard as it is for me to say goodbye, it's even harder for me to think that you might let my death put an end to our story, and you can't do that. You have to keep on going. Now, I know you don't want to hear this, but just this once, I'm going to talk and you're going to listen. I want you to understand why I invited Tom to come back to the Banner. Just as Joe Riley, wise man that he was, brought me in for you to lean on when he was dying, I'm hoping that you can lean on Tom. Not just at the office, but maybe in the rest of your life. It would make me happy, honey, truly happy, if I knew that you'd found a way to begin again. I guess that's what this message is really all about. It's not a farewell at all. It's one last gift to you from me. A gift of hope. Do you understand? Do you understand, honey? It was because I didn't want to hurt you. Because I didn't want to take a chance of crushing your spirit that I couldn't tell you that ever since I came home from the hospital, I've been living on borrowed time. Forgive me, honey, for any pain that this tape is causing you. I thought of writing it down, but it seemed so impersonal, so impersonal. I wish you nothing but joy and happiness. And may you find that with Tom. Or whoever. But I know that you are going to raise 3 wonderful children, and that the Banner will be even better than it is today, and that you will find the love and support that you deserve. Of course, if in a spare moment you should run across a glove on a closet floor, or see a silver buckle sparkle in some cowboy store, or hear the strains of some kicker music that's kind of soft and sweet, and it reminds you of an old cowboy who had 2 left feet. I never did say I was a poet, you know, but I think you get the idea. But if you are inclined to shed a tear or two, well, that's okay. But only 1 or 2. Because I don't want my little lady being sad, honey. I want her to be happy. Besides, I'm going to be up there in the high country with a good dog, a couple of fast horses, waiting for a pretty woman. A particular pretty woman. And when you get there, we're gonna go riding. Forever and forever and forever. I love you, my little Mrs. B. Vicky?
Clint.
Vicky, you weren't supposed to find it. I didn't mean...
Oh, honey. Oh, darling. Oh, God. Why, darling? That's all I want to know. Why? Why didn't you tell me just as soon as you found out?
It's like I said on the tape. I didn't want you to have to live knowing that I could die at any time.
But you knew.
Yes, but I did my best to forget it. Honey, don't you understand? If you had known, you would have tried to protect me. And so would the staff, and our friends, and the kids.
Is it so very wrong to want to keep you alive?
Yes. Yes, if it means that I have to be treated like a piece of porcelain, yes. When we took our vows, it was never my intention to saddle you with an invalid.
Well, I took the same vows. And I remember saying, in sickness and health, for better and for worse. And I meant it.
I love you for wanting to stick by me, but you can sacrifice too much. That's why I said on the tape that after I'm gone...
I don't want to hear any more of that. I don't want to hear after I'm gone. And I certainly don't want to hear anything about any impending marriage to Tom or anyone else. There is one man in my life. Only one. Now and forever.
You better be careful, honey. Forever might not be as long as you think.
Well, you're the one that has to be careful, because I'm going to see to it that you stay around for a very long time.
You got it all figured out, do you?
You bet I do. And I know this much. Somehow, you and I have weathered about 1,000 crises. And we've always come through.
Well, that's pretty tough talk. But I can't afford to sneeze at the Grim Reaper, honey, to sneeze at death. You know, sneezing could jar this bullet fragment loose.
You belong to me, Clint Buchanan. And I'm not going to let any Grim Reaper take you away from me now. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am. Whatever you say, ma'am. With you around, I guess the Grim Reaper doesn't have a ghost of a chance, huh?
This is Mel Harris. Join me for our new show, 30-something, tonight on ABC.
This is Charles Gibson.
And I'm Mary Hart.
Tomorrow, Moonlighting's Sybil Shepherd talks about her new role as mother of twins.
Later in the week, Dennis Quaid, Valerie Harper, and Governor Mario Cuomo on Good Morning America.
Duke makes a deal with the mob. Stay tuned for General Hospital following an ABC News brief next.
Oh, you hear that, Joey? What do you think, huh?
Yeah.
Hang on. Woo-ha!
Fuck him up, Dad. Toss him in the dirt.
Hey.
Come on, Joe. It's
Watch
my
out
turn
for your
now.
sister.
Okay. Yeah, come on, Dad.
Kevin, Joey, stop it! Stop now!
Hey, what's the matter?
Why were you so mad at us, Mom?
I'm sorry, I wasn't really angry. It was just me. So I saw you being so rough with your father and making so much noise.
We moved all the Christmas ornaments so nothing would get broken, honey.
We'll keep the noise down.
Come here, Jessica. Come here, honey. Yeah, just keep the noise down a little bit, okay? Why don't you guys go and get your milk and cookies? You want some too, Sunshine? And we'll trim the tree after you've done that, all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dad, you want some milk and cookies?
No, thanks. You fellas run along and take your sister with you.
Yeah. Here you go. Carry her. That's a girl. Come.
Okay.
Oh, guys, listen, in the future, don't play quite so rough with your father, all right? Because an accident or something might happen, and he might get hurt, and we wouldn't want that, would we?
No way.
Okay.
Okay.
Make sure Kim gets Jessica.
You know, honey, you scared the kids half to death, and me along with them.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, honey. It's just I walk in here and I see them playing bucking bronco on you, for heaven's sakes. I mean, that little escapade in the cave, that shifted the bullet fragment in your brain a little bit. It's the exact same thing could happen with you fooling around with the children.
Exactly the reason I didn't want you to know.
Well, of course I should know. Now I can stop you from taking unnecessary risks.
Now, wait a minute. I have never been cautious in my life. I don't want to start now. I want to play with my kids the way I always played with my kids. If something happens, it happens. But it's a lot better for me than having to sit around and be fearful about every move I make.
Okay, honey, I understand how you feel. But I think we can compromise, Clint.
Absolutely not.
Darling, you won't even listen to me. I think it is very, very important that Kim and that your father know about your condition.
Wait a minute. I think it's about time we have some ground rules here, honey. And since it's my life, I've got to make them. And if you don't want to follow them, then we're in big trouble. Because the only way I can deal with this thing is to deal with it on my terms.
Clint, why won't you let your family share this burden with you?
Because it's not a burden anymore, sweetheart. Look, I have accepted the fact that I could die tomorrow. I could die in 30 years. And I want to forget about it now. And I'd like you and Cord and Larry to forget about it. I want you to stop trying to put your lives on hold or watching out for me or trying to take care of me. And if Asa knew about this, you know the first thing he'd do? He'd want to move in here. He'd hire a herd of doctors and nurses, and he'd just be following me around.
That's the truth. That's exactly what Asa would do, yes.
All right, so let's not hystericalize him. Let's just live our lives as if nothing has changed. Is it a deal?
I don't know. Do I have a choice?
No, you damn sure don't.
Then I guess it's a deal.
You know what, Mrs. B? You gave in to that awful easy.
Oh, well, I guess if you can be brave, then I can try and be brave, too.
No, bravery doesn't have anything to do with it, sweetheart. Death is but a fleeting moment in the grand scheme of things. But life it's full of moments and minutes and hours and days, and I want to enjoy all of them. I want to be able to wrestle with the boys. I want to be able to play with Jessica. I want to be able to hold you in my arms and make love to you. That's the kind of life I want us to have for however long we have it together.
You guys always get lovey-dovey around Christmas.
I guess it must be the spirit of the season. You know, all that peace on earth, goodwill toward men.
And women, honey. You can't forget the women.
Mm-hmm.
You'll understand about that in a few years, fellas.
That is something I am definitely not looking forward to.
Okay, let's get that tree decorated.
Yeah.
Your sister with you?
No, she's upstairs with Kim.
Jessica, it's time to go decorate a tree. Look, here we are, the last of the decorations.
All right, great. All right, fellas, lights first.
Come on, let's
Get
go.
them on that tree.
Oh.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Okay, come on. Oh, wow, that tree looks great.
I bet it does. But we still got a long way to go. There's a lot of ornaments to hang.
Dad, do you want to take a break?
Do I want to take a break? What do you mean by that? You think I can't handle the ornaments, huh? Watch this, my man. What do we got? The angel.
Uh-huh.
The angel. Okay, honey, you want to put this on the mantle so it doesn't get broken? Okay. Kevin, you painted this when you were 5.
I remember that one. He got more paint on the bedroom floor than he did on the ornament.
Yes, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, sweetheart. This is that angel you got at the church bazaar, remember?
Oh, you have a better memory than I do.
Well, what do you think, fellas? You think I can handle it?
You'll be great.
All right. Let's go. Let's get this tree decorated.
Kid, why don't you keep an eye on Jessica, and I'll get the ladder and start at the top, okay? Oh, we forgot about the gingerbread cookies. Don't we want to put some on the tree?
And we've got to get the presents, too.
I tell you what, you and Joey go and get the presents, and Jessica and I will go get gingerbread cookies. Let's go.
At this rate, we're never going to get the tree decorated.
Are you kidding? I'm thoroughly convinced you could do it all by yourself.
Uh-huh. So you're pretty impressed, huh?
Uh-huh.
I wish my shopping was going to be this easy.
Oh, honey, I'll help you with that.
I can handle the buying end of it. It's just deciding what to buy. I have no idea what to get you.
You are my gift. Really, I mean that. Spending the holidays with you, sharing the joy of this season with you and the children. That's all I want or need, always. What about you, huh? Must be something you want, something special.
Now that you mention it, yeah.